Imagine working hard for decades, climbing the corporate ladder, and finally landing a stable, middle-class job, only to watch it disappear. This isn't a dystopian fantasy, it's the reality for millions of people around the world. Middle-class jobs, the backbone of economies and societies, are vanishing at an alarming rate, and the ripple effects are reshaping our lives in ways we're only beginning to understand. In this video, we'll uncover why these jobs are disappearing, who's most at risk, and what we can do to protect ourselves in this new economic landscape. Welcome to Impact Journal, where we draw parallels between current events and historical pasts. The middle class has long been the foundation of modern economies, providing stability, spending power, and social mobility. But over the past few decades, this foundation has been eroding. Here's what the data shows. A study by Pew Research Center found that the share of adults living in middle-class households fell from 61% in 1971 to just 50% in 2021. In the US, 1.7 million manufacturing jobs disappeared between 2000 and 2010, many of which were middle-class roles, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In Europe, the middle class shrank by 10% between 1991 and 2010, as reported by OECD. This isn't just a Western phenomenon. In emerging economies like India and Brazil, the middle class is growing, but it's also becoming more precarious, with many workers stuck in low-paying, unstable jobs. So, why are these jobs disappearing? The answer lies in three major forces. 1. Automation and AI. Machines are replacing humans in roles that were once considered secure. A McKinsey report estimates that 375 million workers globally, or 14% of the global workforce, could be displaced by automation by 2030. Middle-class jobs in manufacturing, administration, and even some white-collar roles are particularly vulnerable. 2. Outsourcing and globalization. Companies are moving jobs to countries with cheaper labor. A study by Economic Policy Institute found that 2.4 million US jobs were lost to China between 2001 and 2018, many of them middle-class roles. 3. The gig economy. Stable, full-time jobs are being replaced by freelance and contract work. A Gallup poll found that 36% of US workers are now part of the gig economy, often without benefits or job security. Not everyone is affected equally. Certain groups are more vulnerable to the disappearance of middle-class jobs. 1. Older workers. Those over 50 often struggle to adapt to new technologies or industries. A ProPublica study found that 56% of older workers are pushed out of their jobs before they are ready to retire. 2. Mid-career professionals. Workers in mid-level roles are often the first to be cut during layoffs or automation. A Harvard Business Review report found that mid-career professionals are 40% more likely to experience long-term unemployment than entry-level workers. 3. Low-skilled workers. Those without advanced education or technical skills are at the highest risk. A World Bank report found that low-skilled workers are 3 times more likely to lose their jobs to automation than high-skilled workers. The disappearance of middle-class jobs isn't just an economic issue, it's a societal one. Here's how it's reshaping our world. 1. Economic inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening. A Credit Suisse report found that the top 1% of earners now own 45% of global wealth, while the middle class's share is shrinking. 2. Social unrest. The loss of stable jobs is fueling anger and polarization. A Pew Research Center study found that 62% of people believe the economy is rigged in favor of the wealthy. 3. Mental health crisis. Job insecurity is taking a toll on mental health. A Lancet study found that unemployment increases the risk of depression by 30%. The situation may seem bleak, but there are steps we can take to protect ourselves and our communities. 1. Upskilling and reskilling. Learning new skills can make you more adaptable. A World Economic Forum report found that 54% of workers will need significant reskilling by 2025. 2. Policy changes. Governments can invest in education, retraining programs, and social safety nets. Countries like Denmark have successfully implemented flexicurity policies that balance job flexibility with worker security. 3. Community support. Building strong local networks can provide a safety net during tough times. Research from Harvard University shows that communities with strong social ties recover faster from economic shocks. The disappearance of middle-class jobs is a quiet crisis, one that's reshaping our economies, our societies, and our lives. But by understanding the forces at play and taking proactive steps, we can navigate this new reality and build a more secure future. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.